Good morning. How are you guys doing today? We're in Metaline. I know, it's exactly where we left off yesterday's video. Oh, looks like someone's removed all the ghosts off the trees already. That was quick. Another load very similar to yesterday's video. I'm gonna hammer down and get over past to Colville. Hammer down. I guess I need to attach you guys to the reverse cam. There we go. I'm actually not sure what this pass is called. Yeah, it's a fairly light load. If you guys noticed, I didn't even have the drop axle down. She's that light. I also noticed I have an email saying I'm good to cross the border. I'm like, hey buddy, I'm way across the border. The border was half an hour behind me, but thanks for clearing me. I do appreciate it. But it is kind of funny. These loads are easy to find on the website, so I cleared myself. As soon as I saw it updated on the website, I hammered down. So yeah, exactly the same place I picked up Porcupine and Selmo, delivering to the exact same place in Colville. So two things yesterday we need to address is, well, first off, I said we'll find out where I am today. I ended up unloading yesterday in Colville. It took a while for them to come unload me, but I talked to someone, they're like, yeah, give us like 20 minutes, we'll be there. It was a little more than that, but nonetheless, they unloaded me yesterday, and that was the victory right there. And then I drove all the way back to Porcupine while I slept in the Sutco, the Sutherland yard, the Selmo yard. Slept there, and then today morning, loaded first thing in the morning. And now we're back on the same trip. So what happened to the camera yesterday? So I hadn't noticed it. When I closed the camera door, case, so there's the camera that has a door covering the battery and the memory card. You have to pop that door open to get the memory card, the video to the laptop. And when you pop that open, I guess that door had popped off of its hinge and fallen out, and I hadn't noticed. The case itself also has a door, and I must have just closed the case door and put the camera up, and we're good to go. The second I hit the first bump, it dislodged the battery and turned the camera off. Made editing a lot easier, but I feel like it made the quality of the video much lower. So we'll try not to do that again. Yesterday night was fun. I know Halloween was 2 weeks ago for you guys, but last night I went through 3 towns where there were trick-or-treaters all over the road. Northport here in Washington, coming up to Patterson. Trick-or-treaters, little kids walking all over, unsupervised, right on the road. So I crawled through Northport. Got a lot of fist bumps. I pretty much honked through the whole town. It's kind of fun, actually, but yeah, I just crawled through it, just slowly driving. Like, nope, it's dark, and there are kids everywhere. Big bonfire going where people were starting to gather because it was so cold out. And then Montrose had a lot of trick-or-treaters out. There's a new squeak. There's a new squeak here. Throw hard hats and stuff around. See if the squeak goes away. Something must be rubbing. Yeah, Montrose, and lots of trick-or-treaters there. And then Fruitvale had trick-or-treaters out, but they had a massive fire going. Huge bonfire with lots of people standing around. It seemed like the smaller the town, the bigger the party. So we're following the Pend Oreille River down to Ione, and then a little after Ione we take Highway 20 and go over the pass there. This is called Box Canyon. There's the Box Canyon Dam up ahead. Really see much of the dam from here. It's not a very tall dam. A little bit of snow still left from that first snowfall last week. It is minus 1 degree Celsius right now. I woke up today morning to minus 4. But it's staying cold enough during the day that none of the snow is melting. Or at least it's melting very slowly. That trailer felt very close to my mirror. When it looks scary close on YouTube, it is scarier close in real life. I have no idea what the plan is after we deliver this load. It is 10:17 already. I had to wait an hour waiting for paperwork to clear. This is a deactivated railroad, so no trains running that railroad. Welcome to Ione. Now, when you saw the map, you probably saw we're going to be driving by a bunch of lakes. Don't worry, we don't get to see those. On Google Maps, it's like, oh, that's going to be a beautiful drive along all these lakes. No, there's too much forest between the road and the lake. Don't actually see the lakes. So don't get your hopes up. You're not seeing nothing, just trees. Oh, they've got the Christmas banners up already. Small Town Christmas, November 25th. November 25th.
Please be advised, effective today, we have made a change to the driver expense policy with regards to payment dates. We will be reimbursing all submitted expenses once monthly, and they will be reimbursed on the 10th payroll date. Please note, all expenses must be submitted on or before the 31st cutoff to be reimbursed on the 10th pay period. The expense process remains the same and is as follows. Asterisk, all expenses must be pre-approved by your manager prior to purchasing. Asterisk, after purchase, the expense form must be filled out completely and submitted to your manager, along with the receipt for approval. Asterisk, after approval, the manager will send the expenses to the payroll department for payment. Asterisk, expenses submitted after 30 days will not be reimbursed. Thank you. Courtney Sutherland.
I'll have to stay on top of that. Basically, anytime I need to go buy something for the truck, same as always, we basically have to get the boss's approval, go, hey, I need a clearance light, or I need this, or I need that. The boss goes, yeah, go ahead, stop at Lordco, or at a Flying J, or this or that shop, and buy that with your own money. And then put it on an expense form, and you'll get it paid back. But I'm really bad. I usually save them up until I have at least $100 worth and then submit it. But the new policy is it must be submitted within the 30 days of purchasing it, or else you won't get reimbursed. So I better stay on top of my expenses. I rarely buy anything. I usually plan far enough ahead I don't have to. But every now and then, there's a thing I have to buy. And every now and then, the printer ink runs out and I have to go buy printer ink. That's usually the most common for me, is printer ink. And yeah, I've got a full printer scanner in the truck. Sure makes life easier. As often as I cross the border, get the boss just to email it to me, I print it off in the truck, and I can cross the border. Okay, car, you better find the throttle if you do that. All right, I'll forgive you. Truck behind us, so I'm going to start signaling a little early.
Turn right on Washington 20.
I'll try to do most of my slowing down off the road. All right. Look at that old dilapidated house.
Turn right at the stop sign.
Excuse me. All right. The sign just says Park Rapids, which is on top of the pass, and then Colville. 20 miles and 36 miles. Do a hard climb. Low speed curves for 4 miles. We got a couple of switchbacks. This is a road I don't think I have ever taken you guys on. I've done Highway 20s all over the place, but not this section. a hard climb, but we're so light that this isn't bad. I'm actually gaining speed. Not very often I'm this light. Feels good. Couple more switchbacks. -2 Celsius. It's getting colder. I think that's the last corner. For now, anyway. Says motorized travel on the Colville National Forest is restricted to designated something or other. So we're coming into the Colville National Forest. Still a little bit of snow here as well. Here's another switchback after I said there were no more corners. Tell you what though, being back on the quad deck, you sure noticed the turning radius. With a Super B, I just went around corners without even worrying about if the trailers would stay behind me or not, fall in the ditch or whatever. They just follow you. I mean, they cut across a little bit if it's a sharper turn. jumping back in the quad deck, I'm thinking, right, I gotta take every turn much wider. I know it kind of goes against what you would think it would happen, right? 2 trailers, I'm longer. You'd think it takes corners wider. No. 2 trailers takes corners much narrower, stays in the lines much better than 1 long trailer. Because of that center articulation point, really you have 2 short trailers that are just following each other. Car was there yesterday. Wonder if it's abandoned or broken down. Butte Road. I'm just looking for signs that might indicate what this pass is called. I don't even remember seeing a summit sign last time or yesterday. Hey, if you guys watched yesterday's videos and today's video back to back, you see the full run. Absolute full run all the way from, well, not from Porcupine because we were across the street from Porcupine in Salmo or in Summit, but yeah, Summit all the way to the customer. Well, now that I've said it, I guess I've pigeonholed myself into a long video because I'm like, wait, that might be a long video getting all the way to Colville. Should be okay though, right? I think we can do it as long as none of the cameras died this time. We're right beside a lake. It's on the right hand side. It's a small one. I see glimpses of it through the trees. Didn't see a name for it on the GPS. But hey, look, we're right beside a lake. On the left-hand side this time. First one was right-hand side. I hope I said right-hand. Second one's left-hand side. This one's called Leo Lake. This one, even I can't see anything through the trees. Entering Stevens County. we're beside another lake on the left-hand side. Don't see a name for it. Looks like there's quite a few houses on it. I don't see the lake, I just see houses going in and driveways and stuff, so. See, we'll look at road names and see if it gives a hint of what the lake's called. It's a bit of a bigger lake. So I stop talking about lakes if we can't see them. Up ahead's a road called Lakeview Drive. That doesn't help us much. Ah, Lake Thomas Drive, so it must be Lake Thomas. Hey, there's a sign that even says Thomas Lake. Just realized I'm getting hungry and it's only 10:40. That's not good. Once I'm unloaded, I'll throw a burger in the toaster oven and grill myself a burger, but that's still like an hour away before I can eat a burger. Beaver Lodge Resort and Campground Cabins. There's another little lake here, Lake Cherry? Cherry? Sherry? It's actually a really nice highway. It looks like they resurfaced it this year. It's still a little lumpy and bumpy. That's what happens when you resurface over top of an old highway. You get all the old lumps and humps and bumps and dips. But at least it's a relatively smooth ride. So I guess it's been almost 2 weeks since I started doing elevation maps. Thanks to Ian. He's in the credits at the end. If you want to be in the credits at the end, just hit that join button down below. It's really, really, really cheap. But he made me aware that you can go on Google Maps and draw on your route and then click bicycle and you get elevation maps. Except that that's proven to be very, very difficult on a lot of these routes. So I was just, how amazing, how awesome it is. I don't know, we'll see how you guys feel about it because it's been 2 weeks of it now, almost. So I'm going to start getting the comments here soon, if you guys like them or not. If you guys all hate them, I guess I'll stop using them. I thought it was really, really cool. Maybe you guys like them. If you like them, you better speak up, because if there's more haters than likers, they're going away. Let me know in the comments. Yay or nay? Or don't care. Thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs sideways. But Jess found a website that will do it for me. So as long as I have internet, well, Google Maps would have been the same thing. I can go to website, starting point, end point, and it works really well. For the bicycle one, it tends to take all the shortcuts and the side roads, making the map actually quite inaccurate. Like going over the Paulson, it takes the KVR, and even if I put in like 100 waypoints on the phone, it's really hard to add in waypoints. I've got to add all these waypoints to make that elevation map accurate. On the computer at home, it's easy. You just drag and drop with the mouse. Super easy to make the map at home. This app, I wish it was lower profile. It's a bit of a tall elevation map. It makes it look like I climbed really, really tall mountains. I wish it wasn't as tall, but it works really good for cars every single time. So I've been using that on some videos, not all of them. Sometimes I don't have internet at the end of the day to do it, and sometimes I've just been running on such flat ground, there's no point. Lots of debris on the road, like branches and logs and stuff. Not logs, but branches. Chunks of branches. Two cars behind me, but I don't remember seeing any pullouts. Like there's a pullout on the other side. I've seen quite a few pullouts on the other side of the road, but not many on this side. If we see one, I'll let them by. 18 miles from Colville, so if they are stuck behind me, I'm not going super slow either, so if they are stuck behind me, at least they're not behind a really slow truck, so I don't feel quite as guilty. See, there's a sign, Colville 18. See, there's a passing zone here. No hint of them wanting to even pass me, so yeah, if they had wanted to pass me, it would have been easy to do it right here. Okay, I'm not worried about it anymore. Pull it or not, I'm just going. Back down to -1. I guess up to -1. I feel like I was slower around these corners yesterday. Mainly because I know the road a little better today and I'm a lot lighter. Here's another safe passing zone. Yeah, they're hanging way too far back. Low pressure for me. That's how far they're hanging back. Crystal Falls, scenic point, 500 feet ahead on the left. That polo does not look big enough for a big rig, but I sure want to stop there sometime and look at the falls. Whoa, 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 future me here. We unloaded over here. And I got sent back empty the same route we came in, so I stopped at the waterfall. Welcome to the neighborhood. Please enjoy the peace and tranquility of Crystal Falls. Your willingness to minimize noise is greatly appreciated. Namaste. Let's go down these beautiful stairs. I hear water. Some pretty heavy engine brakes there. Oh, there's the waterfalls, partially frozen. The view I want is down there. Let's see what we can do. Hey, look, the fence ends over here. Yeah, don't worry, that's not a far way down. That's pretty cool. Still a lot of snow and ice down there. So if we continued on Highway 20, what was it, 2 weeks ago, a little over 2 weeks ago, I released the video of going through Republic on Highway 20. That's where this road continues to. Basically through Colville, Kettle Falls, and then you climb up another Sherman Pass up to Republic. This is kind of in the same area. It's just rare that I take this section of Highway 20. And the sign said steep hill. I'm not worried about steep hills with a load this light. It's just the corners. How fast can I take the corners? Yeah, that's easy. '17th gear. Not really a steep hill when you're this light. Today morning I finally caved in and pulled out my inner lining of my jacket from under the bunk. I'm like, it's in here somewhere. Found the inner lining. It hasn't been used since spring. It's one of those jackets you can split it in half, have an inner lining and outer lining. The outer lining is really just a windproof. There's no insulation on the outer lining, but it's cold enough that I'm like, I want some insulation. It was only -4 in the morning, but it just cut right through the jacket. I'm like, okay, dig out the inner lining. Now my jacket's nice and thick. says 25. That's that tight one, really tight. I mean, we went through tighter corners today, but downhill around these corners, you got to make sure you get your speed down before getting in that corner. It's an empty logging truck. Starvation Lake. There's a campground down that way. Starvation Lake. So they had all the water they wanted, but no food. Some old homesteads with the old barns hanging out in places. Wildlife viewing area. I bet elk come through here. Yeah, I definitely want to like maybe RV this highway and explore every viewpoint and tourist info and point of interest and every museum. I want to do it all. I want to do it all. Going on here? Just two people meeting up and talking, or? Yeah, no, Richard. I don't know what Richard got a no for, but apparently no. Grader going up to probably some logging road. It was all chained up, all his tires had chains on them. Probably getting graders out to logging roads that they intend to use all winter. So after snowstorm, every morning you gotta get somebody up on the mountain grading the road before you can start logging it. What do we got going on here? A lot of crows and the bald eagle. Looks like whatever got hit, the carcass has been pulled off the road. There's an old military truck used as a water truck. 6-wheel drive. Hey, look, another little lake that we get to see. Finally one we could see.
On your way north, Billy?
Quite a few empty logging trucks going up the mountain. There's some old A-train chip trailers. Don't see A-train chip trailers. I've never seen an A-train chip trailer before. Those are definitely really old sitting there, so really they need to be recycled and melted down.
I think it's not having a radio. Are there lots of the bends there, you know? I don't know, I was coming from Hardin. Oh, okay.
No, I have no idea what they're talking about. Talking about bins makes me think they're chip drivers. Wood chips.
Around 10, 15 in the front, and a little bit below the screen on the second. Yeah, and it's coming in the south and pretty good. Okay.
Ah, it's a wide load flag. I'm like, what is on the road? Probably came from that truck hauling the grader up. We're only like 3 miles from Colville. I guess
Richard Bobby Hunter.
this might be the outskirts of Colville. More empty logging trucks. Yeah, a lot of logging trucks like that don't actually have a trailer. They just carry a little dolly on the back of, I don't know what they call the official name for those are. I'm not a logging truck driver. They just carry that little dolly, 2 axles on the back of their truck. When they get to the site, they unload it, and the actual logs themselves make the trailer. And then they just
You on here, Richard?
throw some cables over the top of the load, hooking the dolly onto the logs, and they're good to go.
He's not having a radio or I saw him in the loader there. I kind of figured that. Figured his radio wasn't working, so I'll just have to take a stab at it here. Looks like 3 screens covered, so I'll kind of go underneath there first. Yep, that's what we have to do.
Apparently that's what they have to do. Little airport. A couple nice little planes parked there. Something I would love to do is get my pilot's license. That's on the dreams I'll never be able to afford to do. You never know. My current situation, no, that's just not a thing. Getting your pilot's license isn't even all that expensive. Maintaining your pilot's license and renting or owning an airplane.
Come on, Billy, let's go.
There's another empty logging truck.
Eyes are coming, eyes are coming, eyes are coming. Are you guys still following each other around? We're playing ping pong. Once he's ahead of us, now I'm ahead of him. How turned your bin check out? It was great. I, went there to a person hot loading. Oh, perfect. For a little bit of a discussion, we figured it was best if I came down here. Yeah. She wanted me to wait, and I'm like, you want me to wait to hot load cedar? That will? Yeah. How long do you want to sit down?
Welcome to Colville.
In 1/4 mile, turn right on North Main Street.
I'm going to try a thing here. I don't know how that's going to work out for me, but I'm going to try a thing here. I'm not going to follow GPS directions. The only second time I've come this way, so I just want to see if I can just shoot straight across. No, because, nope, never mind. Never mind, changed my mind. Because I can't actually get into the lumber mill straight across, so. right, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Really appreciate all your support. All your watch time, comments, and thumbs ups, and members that have hit the join button.
Take the second exit.
I could exit here and shoot across, but that does mean an extra stop sign. We'll just go this way. We'll follow the GPS directions.
At the roundabout, take the second exit to North Loomis Paris Road.
And it don't look like pointer chips because they're not fluffy looking. It's yeah, it looks like one that he opens bins up on and just it's all filled up on the sides and a bit of a peak on it from driving underneath the bins. Yeah, that's nasty. But it's a minimum of 3 hours traveling.
No trains? Alright, I'm not going to follow the directions.
By the number of it, I'm going to say it's an older trailer and it's only got side door.
If you want to follow the directions, you want to turn left over here, but I'm not going to follow directions because I know where they want me. Unstrap right over here. And then unload just truck pulled forward. Anyway, I'm out of here. You guys rock.